Hey guys, how are you today? Welcome to Coffee with Connie. I'm Connie Fuksa, and I try to come to you a couple times a week to give you some information, whether it's about real estate, closings, but I also like to talk a lot about experiences because, we all run into things that get in our way, and whether it's our own brain that gets in our way and we're not using ourselves to our full capacity, what we really want to do, or if it is outside influences that get in our way. And so I really wanted to talk to you about those things. I've been talking a lot about your passion, your why, what's going on in your head. What are you going to do with that thing that you've been given that makes you just forget what time it is because you're pushing on so hard because you're so into it? And the struggle is a lot of times people will come to me and say, well, this whole passion thing, this whole why, it's a great thing, but I've got all this other stuff. And so a couple of things I wanted to share with you, some experiences that I've had recently, some good and some bad, both things I've talked about with other people and things that I've experienced or things I've listened to from others. So let's talk about it for a minute. So first, let's jump back into what is it? What is it that gets you all charged up? What is that thing? And so let's think about a couple of things. I had a great lunch with a really good friend, mentor of mine yesterday, Monique. And one of the things she shared with me is that, her passion is to one of many passions that she has, but a very strong passion that follows her is serving others, helping others get what they need to get taken care of. And whether that is through her coaching business, whether that is through interacting with other people to try to connect and solve common problems, or in this particular case, she used it on a personal side and drove herself to figure out what needs were in her community that she could physically help with. Not just someone who needed maybe someone to a helping hand or needed a kind word, but she actually was going out and helping out, putting herself out there to help with something actually. So, that's where she's taken not only her passion in life about serving others and trying to get in there and take care of helping with business things, she's also doing the same thing in her personal life, and she's figured out how to turn that passion into that. Now, when I say this, life doesn't always throw you all of the beautiful things. Hey there, Susan, how are you this morning? Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I try to talk about experiences that I have and maybe they'll help other people. So I was reading a book. I listen, actually. I'm not good. I don't have the patience to sit down and read, but I listen to audiobooks every single day. And so I'm listening to one right now, and it was talking about a gentleman who had started a business doing barbecue. And he had been taught at a young age, was a really good cook, and there was a very long story about it. But because he started this barbecue business and he was really very good at cooking, everybody always relied on him on family occasions to be in charge of the meals. And so one year he was in charge of Thanksgiving dinner and the turkey. And so he realized on Thanksgiving morning that he had forgotten to thaw the turkey. So all of you ladies that cook turkey, I'm not one of them, but all of you ladies that do the family thing and do that cooking, all of you are sitting back going, oh my gosh, what now? What would you do? And he decided, well, I'm going to take the bad things that happen and figure out how to make good choices and how to try something with that, how to be creative. Take the bad things that happen to you and turn them into good ideas and good goals. And so in his particular case, what he did is he took that turkey and he threw it on the grill, cooked it really slow, frozen, and it turned out to be the most juicy, cooked, smoked turkey that anyone in his family had ever had. And now it's one of his common dishes that he does all the time. But who would think to even try something like that? So how often do you improvise with the bad things that are given to you and turn them into good creations, whatever that is? And we all run into these situations where things aren't always exactly like they're supposed to be or how you envision them. You're going to work and you end up in a car accident. What are you going to do about that? How are you going to turn that negative energy into some kind of a positive to push you into what is passionate about you? And so, as I try to talk about a lot, I am very, very passionate about bringing you information and trying to help you learn through some things that maybe I've experienced. Good, bad, business, personal, those kind of things. And so let's use that car crash as an example. You have that bad experience. Well, Maybe you needed a new car anyway. Maybe the person that was in the accident with you is in a much worse situation, and it's your job to bring that person back from whatever that tough situation is. Personally, conversation, structurally, whatever. Maybe you learned that you aren't very good at processing paperwork and your spouse is, and maybe you guys argue about this a lot, and maybe your spouse needed that nudge to say, hey, I need some help. And your spouse jumped in, or your significant other jumped in and took care of all of that paperwork, and everything worked out perfectly with the insurance company because you realized you aren't that good at that and you conceded and let some of that happen. So what I'm trying to tell you is not always do the good things happen to us. I can sit here and talk to you all day about life as roses and sunshine, but if life hands you lemons, make lemonade, people. Stop fighting the tough stuff and figure out how to turn that tough thing into the thing that you care so much about. What are you going to do? How are you going to turn that super amazing energy that you have inside of you? No one else has the exact same energy that you have for the exact same thing. You may do the same kind of job as somebody else. You may have the same kind of lifestyle as someone else, but no one has what's inside of you. So how are you going to take what's inside of you and turn it into the energy that you need to get the things done that make you want to get up in the morning, that make you forget about what time it is? A very, very important author that I like to follow, and he talks a lot about this why factor, and you may have heard of him, Simon Sinek. And Simon has several books out that the very popular one is called Start With Why. But his premise is people don't follow you for how or what you do. And this goes both true in work and in home. People aren't interested in being friends with you. People aren't interested in buying things from you. People aren't interested in working with you or your team because of what you do. They're interested in following you and working with you and doing things with you because of why you do it. Why you do it is what's inside your heart, and it is the thing that makes you the person that you are. So you, again, need to connect with what is that? And I have several resources we're putting together right now that we're going to throw up on our website, ConnieFuksa.com, and I'll let you know as we get that together. But I really want you to think about that because all the crappy stuff that happens, it somehow is tied back to what you do. How you handle those kind of things is what makes you who you are, and it's all about that passion and that why that you have. So whether it is, you go to church because you want to hear the good information, or you want to help somebody else at that church because in your heart, your passion is making sure that people don't go without food. You are going to make sure that no one in the whole world, in the whole country, goes without food. So when you go to church, you get inspired at church, but you also are doing that. Take that piece and make sure that no one in your parish needs help. They need to be fed today. Maybe you're a mechanic and it's not about fixing a car. It's about making sure the people that come in with those problems have an understanding that you are going to take care of making sure they're safe. Because that car is the second most valuable thing they have because it's the thing that gets them to everything they need to do. And so maybe your passion is making sure that people feel secure. And that goes true in your job. Maybe you take care of the people in your family for that same thing. So connect with that thing that's in your heart and don't let the lemons get you down. Make lemonade. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Hey, by the way, these hot Coffee with Connie mugs, the way to get one is to hit that share button. So if you hit that share button, you're going to get a Coffee with Connie mug. They're flying off the shelf all of a sudden this week because several people have gotten them. A lot of people are talking about it. So if you want one, hit the share button below and hit it as often as you can whenever I am online talking, and you'll be sure to get one. So I thank you guys so much for tuning in to Coffee with Connie. I'll talk to you again real soon. Have a fantastic weekend, and let's put some of this stuff in play. Don't let the lemons get you down. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.